Hi, I'm Terry W., the concept creator for the new language learning software called Verbarrator. But I'm not from Terry W.'s language learning review site and emporium. I just like learning languages at home for fun, maybe like you. I've looked at tons of language books and tapes these many years, and way back I really liked the Pimsleur cassettes because they would just constantly drill you over and over with questions. And I found that with constant repetition over time, you really can't help but learn. They would kind of go like, do you remember how to say, I'd like something to drink? And then it leaves you a space to answer in the foreign language. And then it would say, now do you remember how to say, uh-oh, I left my nitroglycerin pills in a taxi? And it leaves you a space to answer. Well, the problem was, if you wanted to find a particular drill, you'd have to figure out which tape it was on and then fast forward and rewind all over the tape to find it. And even once you did, it was always the exact same drill in the exact same order every time. Plus, those spaces that they give you to answer seem to be way too short when you're just learning and way too long once you do know the material. It would be like, do you remember how to say, do you want something else? And I'd go, well, let's see, quiero algo, wait, and then it would go, quiere algo más? And I'd be like, oh, come on, I was going to get it. Give me a chance. And then once you do know the material, it's like, do you remember how to say, and it's like, let's see, Anato wa Nihonjin desu ka? Ashita no ban wa nani o shimasu ka? Watashi no tokoro de no mimasen ka? And you wait for the answer. It's like, come on, buddy, I know this stuff. Don't waste my time. There's like all this dead airspace on the tape. So I came up with an idea of what would be ideal software. First, you'd be able to pick out exactly what material you wanted to have a drill in. It could be something very narrow in scope, just a little tiny particular thing you wanted to go over, or you could drill a whole bunch of things. You'd be able to pick that. Second, you'd be able to have it easily select whether you want it to give you the drill in English so you come up with the other language, or the other way around, because it's definitely a totally different skill to have it come up in the foreign language and be able to understand it. You'd be able to pick that right on the fly and change things. You want to be able to pick the length of that time that leaves you to answer, so you can quickly change that depending on where you are with your learning of the material. You could have it give you the drill in the same order every time, or you could select it so that it'll shuffle everything up randomly like a deck of cards. So I had that idea for a long time, and I was on the mailing list of learning Spanish like crazy and getting these emails all the time from Patrick Jackson, maybe like you. And Patrick would send tips on learning Spanish and things like that. So I wrote to him, sent him an email, and gave him a little mock-up of my idea. He loved it right away. Hence, Verbarator, your conjugation station is born. If you've studied any languages, you probably know that one of the hardest things of learning a language is knowing how to conjugate the verbs. Because not only do you need to know how to say, I go to the store, you go to the store, he goes to the store, we go to the store, they go to the store, but I went to the store, I have gone to the store, I had gone to the store, I used to go to the store, I will go to the store, I would go to the store, I could go to the store. You have imperative commands like, hey, you, go to the store. You have things like reflexive verbs, all kinds of subjunctive tenses. There's like no end to the madness. Enter Verbarator, your conjugation station. You know, I never found it much fun to try and learn all the different verb conjugations and tenses. Maybe like you. But Verbarator will change all that. Because you really don't just want to know how to say, you go girl, but you will go girl, you have gone girl, the whole mess. It's all good. Verbarator has well over 500 practical verbs, something like 20 different tenses. You can select a single verb in, say, present tense, or a whole bunch of verbs in a whole lot of different tenses, and everything in between. You can totally customize your drills. You can have Verbarator put each conjugation into a phrase for you, which is much better for practical learning than just studying the dry verb conjugations. There's complete sound for all of it. So if you're a visual learner, you can watch and read the words on the screen while listening to the sound, or if you want, you can set up a drill to run and just lay down with your eyes closed and take a drill that way. Or lie down. I need English like crazy. I worked with the Learning Like Crazy people on the design since the beginning. You got to see this thing. It's great. So call the neighbors, wake up the kids. Verbarator, your conjugation station is here.